Oh, we're live.
Yep, my bad. I didn't have a countdown to go.
One, two, three. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Base. The price doesn't look as good as it did yesterday, but let's talk about it. Tone, how are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm good. No, I'll be streaming tomorrow morning from this lake, and then I'll be back home in the Northeast with family for the 4th of July. So still enjoying nice peace and quiet around here. We're back on the boat yesterday, and I gotta put this stuff on Instagram. As so far, it's been only going to my Telegram stories.
Did you get on the kneeboard?
No, no, I didn't do that yet. No, I don't like the cold. Like it's still Minnesota, like the people are swimming in this water, and I'm like, I'm not sure about that. It's still kind of cold.
I can imagine it's terrible there in winter, man. Terrible.
Oh God.
Awesome. All right, well, let's just crack through it. I've had a bloody flu all day today or something terrible, so I'm just going to smash through this. Daily time frame right now. Yep, the day has responded to the downside, but we mentioned that in last night's show that we think that it could definitely I could do anything obviously, but we do see a pullback because of such a good response we had back to the 7 simple moving average, which would also be the breakout point. I'll zoom in a little bit here. This is this is kind of what I am expecting to keep the bullish case going, that we would come back down to these breakout points, a 7 simple moving average, kiss on it, and then get a very good response off it. Otherwise, should we go through that, the bullish case is lost for the immediate present. And I don't really want to see us come back down and test 58,000 again, and I don't see it holding on a second attempt. It was absolutely beautiful to touch it on the first attempt, that 58,000, putting in a high low with a green diamond on the daily with a great response. Fantastic. But we got to get the follow through. And if this does just make the price go down from where it is right now, that's really not that positive, guys, because I did see the same as Tony and everybody else, I suppose. Maybe this is just being front run, but I did see a correction absolutely happening at this cluster of serious resistance at the 66 to 68 zone. But if it's coming in at 64, that's a bit weak, guys. We need to see some follow through here. All is not lost, though, obviously, but you know, that is not great. The 12-hour is where I want to go right next, because we are in a very interesting spot, I think, on the 12-hour time frame. We have been respecting this 7 simple moving average on the 12-hour for a while now. And when it curled over and starting to get on the cusp of like a bullish cross here, it's fine. We're still on the cards at the moment. The fact that we're down here at the 7 simple moving average again, but we really want to see a bullish cross, like this. It could be like one of these, but sure, like something more like this where it rounds down and we can get a cross through here would be at least something to think about positively. But again, it gets rejected off that 30, which it has at the moment. Never good, never good. 4-hour time frame as we head down the line. It's the same thing, guys. We come back down, retest the 30, these breakout points. I'm still bullish, but here below the 50, I'm less bullish. And this is the kind of buys that I do like. Like setting a buy order off the 30 simple moving average here at 61,850, call it, with a stop loss, I'd even say that at the MRI support and resistance line at 60, if you were using no leverage. But if you were using leverage, you could even probably put it back down here at 61,300, given a very, very tight little range here for a response. Because I do believe that if we come back down and start breaking these support and resistance zones here at the 4-hour time frame, it's not looking as strong. So if you want to bounce, it's got to happen here. It's got to happen here, or it might not happen for a few more days, weeks, months, who knows. Tone likes the 1-hour time frame to see what's happening. It looking like that. Not
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Not great and falling like a stone. But you see like that MRI support resistance right here, about to hit the acceleration zone. It's the same zone as we're talking about on the higher time frames. The good thing is on the 15-minute time frame, it's not a good thing for the immediate price. But this is what I love about Bang Box here. We had that sensational 20% trade yesterday, but we're now luckily eligible to go in again. If the price does recover, we're eligible for another long trade once again. But this is the beauty of Bang Box. I mean, how perfect is that? To take the buy here, take out your 20% profit here. Now the price is retraced exactly back to the entry. A lot of traders better than me would have not done as well right there as the Bang Box did automated. All right, Tone, I'm coming back to you right now. Bitcoin doesn't look as strong. Doesn't look as strong. It is what it is. Before you go any further, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Please use the affiliate links in the description below. One day I'll say that correctly. And join the Telegram group because the Discord group, excuse me, because very, very soon we'll be releasing Bangbox and all those announcements will be there in the Discord. Take it away, Tone Base.
All right, so I'm going to be super optimistic today. Maybe some people may not like my optimism here for certain reasons, but I am super optimistic. And let me tell you why I'm super optimistic. I'm not optimistic because I think the Bitcoin price is going to go up. I am optimistic because the charts are making sense. And they will allow me to enter a perfect trade with confidence, no matter what they do. So it is starting to look like I'm just going to literally copy this and I'm going to paste it and I'm going to stick it right there. It is time to put in this long-term consolidation. And we are sitting right at the bottom of consolidation. The other thing I can go ahead and do is I can grab, starting from this candle right here, something like that. This is one potential path right here. And you can see how similar these paths are. We are continuing to consolidate, and this is very possible. We're going down a little earlier, so we could go up a little earlier. Here is where this drop right now, I mean, the only thing that's making me unhappy is because it's the first of the month, second of the month, whatever it is. I got some bills to pay in the beginning of the month, like a lot of people do. So it sucks that Bitcoin isn't at 65, 66. But this week is not looking very good, and it's Tuesday. If this week closes at a new swing low, I will have a lot of confidence that we are going down into the very low 50s to upper 40s. I do not believe we are going as low as lower 40s to upper 30s. I do not believe that is possible. However, it is certainly possible that we would fall into the low 50s, upper 40s, which is a good thing. It's a great thing, actually, because it will create an incredible buying opportunity at 50, which I thought was going to be very, very unlikely. But now, like if you still have anything to sell, I don't have much to sell, maybe a kidney at this point, because I've kind of gotten rid of anything I could sell by this point. But if you have something to sell, you can sell it at that stage, and it becomes an absolutely incredible trade. It also resets everything because it creates a very clear lower low. And as long as Bitcoin does not fall below this MRI support line, along with this consolidation cluster that led to the big breakout, this area between 44,000, which is a little bit on the low side for me, and 42,000, which is an even lower side for me, ideally, we're in that 49 zone, and people would be super discouraged. Miners will be going bankrupt left and right. They will be shutting down. All hope will be lost. There will be an MRI buy coming in on a weekly scale, something we last saw within the consolidation scheme, but I would love to see it, would have loved to see it at a significantly lower low off the same blue moving average. This would have been a significantly more confident buy. I'm not saying it was a better buy. It would have been a better buy because it would have happened at a lower point with more confidence. If we can get a big crash over the next 6 weeks into a nice reversal zone. And this is very possible, by the way, because of what I said yesterday. The S&P 500 is on an MRI top. The NASDAQ is on an MRI top. NVIDIA is pulling back. That drags a lot of shit down. Everything can fall for the next 4 to 5 weeks, dragging Bitcoin along with it. And this would be a very, very good thing because it creates a beautiful buying opportunity. Now, we are also currently on a support level. So it is also, I'm going to delete these now, or I could have just redrew the arrows. It is also very possible that we do what it did back in the summer of last year, where we find a bottom sometime this week, next week. We barely get into the upper 50s. We rally back. We maybe consolidate for the rest of the summer. We eventually rally back to the top of the channel approximately the same time, sometime in late August, early September. And this creates the mother of all confident trades as a form of a breakout trade. The breakout trade is even cleaner than a falling knife by the dip trade. Right here was a beautiful confidence breakout trade after 6 months of consolidation or whatever it was. We had a beautiful breakout. You could have even held it right through the MRI top, right into the second consecutive MRI top. This is also a beautiful situation, which gives me confidence whether we consolidate or whether we crashed down. The other possibility is we immediately reverse in the next 12 hours. Remember yesterday's video, I said we need to reverse in the next 24 hours and keep going up in order to make it to that 64,000. Sorry, it's that $66,000 area. This is now looking very unlikely. From Matt just showed you the 1-hour chart. We literally have like a 3-hour window now to immediately reverse and make it to the top of the channel. So even if we do make it to the top of the channel, look at this massive run from the bottom of last week's candle. This would be a big 20% move. The probability of us breaking that move and going significantly higher is actually very low. So this again gives me confidence that if we rally back to the top of resistance, we are going to get rejected by that resistance, setting up a possibility of the breakout taking place once again later, maybe not as later. Maybe this breakout takes place a little bit earlier, but either way, the current setup is allowing me to stay out of the market like I am with a 20% bullish allocation. This is about to go to zero, and in fact, it's very close to going short. I never had a proper opportunity to put a short label on this in this giant cluster that we were dealing with back in 2021. But this is actually allowing me to put a nice clean short on, because I think the probability of us going into the low 50s, upper 40s is pretty damn high at this moment, especially with the weakness we are experiencing on this short-term daily chart, getting rejected by the 20-period moving average. And you can see the 4-hour chart is sitting right at support. If we do not have an imminent reversal, and by imminent, I mean within hours, and there will be a show with Mark Wood in a few hours. If by the end of the show with Mark Wood, we are not back above 63,000, and we're actually pushing down below all these moving averages on the 4-hour, and we should be below all the moving averages on the 1-hour, almost. So if we're still pushing down, if we're sitting below 61,500 in the middle of the day by like 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we're breaking this MRI support line right here, I think that's it. I think Bitcoin is going down. I think the lows are going to get taken out. And again, that's not a bad thing if you're prepared for it. It's all about your preparedness for what's to come. And that's why I'm super optimistic, because I'm liking how TA is playing out right now. Matt, back to you. Any comments, questions?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think that, you said it better than I said it, but I think that we said exactly the same thing. Even to the point that you need the reversal happen imminently, because that's exactly where we are right now. It's exactly what I agree with too. But it just gives more power to me to the to alpha numerics at this point. Like when that wave turned red, that would be a fantastic time to stop paying attention for this 3 to 6 months of consolidation. And then when we finally break that wave green again, after all the shows and all the days and all the hours you spent agonizing over charts just to get fully locked and loaded long again, you probably would be better off. Unless you got a 3 day or a weekly green diamond to buy off down on the massive crash. Other than that, you're better off just very much taking your mindset to neutral to bearish when the wave is red.
So the 3-day actually looks somewhat ugly. We are getting an MRI buy opportunity on the 3-day, but look at this horrendous moving average structure on the 3-day. And the longer term moving average is so far lower. Man, I mean, Bitcoin is on its last leg right now before the floor falls right out of it. I just don't see how Bitcoin can find support in the upper 50s. It's already done it twice. It's already done it twice as often as it should have at this level, right? There's no way I have confidence that that 58,000 is gonna hold it again. Everything I said about 61,000 last time applies to 58,000. I don't see how 58 or 60 is support. The moment it goes below 60, I just don't see how it's not going to 52. Uh, I don't see it. There is nothing here. It's a giant vacuum. It's just a giant black hole right here. I just don't see how it will not fall to 51, 52, maybe even 48, 49 and a half. Uh, I just can't see it. Like it has to imminently reverse, like today, or it's done.
Yeah, and just to reiterate the same point that we're making, I do agree. But if it does crack that damn wall and we cascade down and crash, ah, this will sound terrible. I know people hate when I say this, but I really like it if you've got cash waiting in the wings, and as Tone said, because then we just absolutely start looking for a 3 day or a weekly green diamond to get a fantastic best buy you're going to have in the next 2 years. It's exciting to see it either way. We recover, fantastic. We crash, great opportunity. That's the way I see it right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on Nvidia and Tesla stocks as well. I think Nvidia is going to go down. There could actually be a shorting opportunity in Nvidia once again. It's not as good as the other one. This bit of a consolidation probably, made option pricing a little more normal. Implied volatility probably is normalizing again. So to me, Nvidia looks very, very bearish at the least down to 106, most likely down to 95. And of course, Tesla. Tesla
Dang.
is up big this morning. As I said yesterday, I think Tesla is toppy. Obviously, Tesla is getting lots of good news. It is running into major resistance right now with the MRI resistance zone. It has also rallied an unreasonable amount higher. And I think Tesla will top any day. And you can even have an idea of which day, 3 days from now, at the end of the week, when it's going to hit a daily MRI top. Obviously, I would have liked to see a daily MRI top at current price. I didn't really expect Tesla to rally. What did it rally? It rallied 13% in 2 days. This is creating a massive blow off top. I would have rather seen a candle like this happening Thursday or Friday, not here on Tuesday, because it would have been closer to my MRI top. It still needs 3 days. The MRI top's coming in on Friday. This blow off top will probably allow Tesla to top tomorrow a little bit earlier, but hey, prices aren't perfect. You can see the last time Tesla rallied into an MRI resistance zone, and bam, it got rejected, and it got rejected heavily. It got absolutely crushed for 35% right off of that MRI. I have too many lines here now. I'm going to get rid of some of these blue lines. They're no longer necessary. on this chart. This arrow is no longer necessary as well. And obviously this arrow, I thought it could cause a top yesterday. More likely the top's coming this week. And how far will it go down? Well, probably not as far. And I still think Tesla is bullish. I don't think it's going to knock out the lows. Maybe it'll go as low as the middle of this channel. Either way, keep an eye on a top in Tesla. I don't believe it will break the prior swing high. It'll struggle to break the samurai resistance line. And yeah, I think that's all we have to say on Tesla. And the NASDAQ, the last thing I'll look at is NDX, which is hitting the same MRI top as the stock market is, I believe. This is the daily chart. It had its MRI top right there. And the weekly chart is having its MRI top right now. It's fairly clean. I like it. NASDAQ is rallying today. I think it's very likely that the high is in. You have some unemployment numbers coming out this week. And I do think markets will pull back and drag Bitcoin down with it. But it's good. I mean, whenever these things happen, it gives you clarity in the markets. And that's why I'm bullish more on clarity in the markets than I am on the price of the markets rising.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. All right. Gold. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Well, hopefully Bitcoin can hold in there and the damn wall doesn't break. But if it does, just be ready for a better opportunity to buy long term. Tone, thanks for joining us, mate. We will see you tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow. And guys, I'm going to do a show here with Mark Wood later today, probably around noon, maybe 1 p.m. Eastern time. And see you all back here in a few hours.